Hey.
Hi.
So this isn't something we usually do. We don't usually go back and make reply videos to videos we've done months ago. But we did a video a few months ago with my little sister, and it was called "Do Black Men Prefer White Women?" And we had a nice array of comments on there, so we thought we'd reply back because we've got nothing better to do today, so why not? So there were two commenters on there that caught my eye. It's nothing personal to them because a lot of people have been generally saying the same sort of thing, and I've been hearing the same thing in real life as well. But I'm going to read it out to you. The first thing was by someone called Karanji, and they said, "Darker black, average-looking men normally prefer light or white women because they want to erase their phenotype. It's a self-esteem issue. People choose their circles. Dating and marriage is deliberate. If he prefers light or white, he should say so and not couch it behind social circles." And Shankarunti, cool name, said, "Black men like lighter women because they may have some self-esteem issues again. They may want to wash the darkness from themselves." On a serious note now, I want you to promise me something.
Mm-hmm.
If at any stage in our marriage you feel that I need a psychologist, I want you to call Karanji or Shankarunti because they clearly have a strong grasp on psychoanalysis and human behaviour. Why are these people telling me that I'm lying? Who exactly am I supposed to have been lying to? Am I lying to myself? Because I can assure you that my self-belief, my self-confidence and my self-esteem is perfectly aligned to where I expected it to be at this stage in my life. I'm aligned to the YouTube community, to communities in general, because I can tell you something, I don't give free flying fried chicken wings what you or anybody else, the white community or the black community, think about myself and the interpersonal choices that I've made when it comes to who I've decided to marry in my life. Okay, let me tell you something now. I think that I've been severely and catastrophically misunderstood in the last video. This is my theory. I think that in your mind, the last video was bred from a foundation of justification, when actually all it was three people giving their opinion and their experiences on a subject that is, I'll say, very relevant in the world today.
Yeah, I agree.
I am a black man, and I am prouder than anything to be a black man. So let me just say it again. I couldn't give a flying chicken what people think about me and the choices that I've decided to make in regards to who I've decided to marry. But I've heard this argument thousands of times outside in real life and also on YouTube. So I'd say this video is more to address the subject on a whole rather than make it a personal thing about me. Now, I can't speak for all black men, but I can speak for most men when I say that men generally gravitate towards women who fall within the parameters of what they think are conducive to a positive relationship. That can be Indian, Nigerian, Japanese, German, Portuguese, Spanish, Ghanaian, it doesn't matter. From my perspective, from my point of view, that was my goal. Now, I'm not just talking about myself, I'm talking about the Indian woman who wants to go marry a Korean guy, for example. And she's got all her Indian male friends banging on down her ear about how she's betraying the race and how she's diluting the race or how she's trying to wash herself for being Indian. When all the poor girl wants to do is go and marry the Korean man that she loves. You know, that's treated her right and treated her the way she expects to be treated from a man. Her singular choice of who she has chosen to marry doesn't define her complete makeup of who she is as a person. I'm going to read another part of that comment now. They may want to wash the darkness from themselves, or they may want to erase their phenotype. I've heard iterations of this many times over, like I said, in real life and in YouTube, so let me just set a scene now. I come from a black household, okay, so I've got black mum, black dad, black siblings. Now my dad has been there since day one, working 9 till 5 to provide for us kids so that we never have to want anything. We've always had food on the table. We've always had clothes on our back. My dad taught me to ride my first bike. My mum taught me how to play chess from a young age. My dad was there my first day of university. My mum was there when we bought this house and she came in and helped us to clean it up and tidy up and whatever to get settled in. So no one can ever tell me that I have anything that I am not proud of in my black background, in my black family, you know, my blackness of who I am. I've got nothing but admiration and pride when I think about those things. So what could I possibly have there that I am trying to run away from? Because by that same logic, because I'm married to a Bulgarian person, and I'm a British person with a British passport. Am I then trying to run away from my Britishness? Actually, I just had a thought. Bulgaria wasn't part of the Atlantic slave trade, were they?
No, as far as I know.
Okay, so is the argument here then that I'm ashamed of my Britishness, so I'm trying to marry a Bulgarian person because I want to wash my hands of the Britishness and their slave trade business back in the 1600s, 1700s, whatever. That's an argument in itself as well. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't define who I am because I choose to marry a Bulgarian person. Shankarunti, cool name again, also said, being black has left a bad taste in their mouth, so they want their children to have light skin privilege. Do you know that mixed race people don't necessarily have it any better than black people? But there may be the odd occasion where they do, but overall, right, you've got a mixed race person. If they are in an arena full of white people, do you know that mixed race person will never be fully accepted as a white person by those white people? The same as if you've got a mixed race person in a black arena, they would never be fully accepted as a black person. I've even heard it myself, people saying to mixed race people, oh, you're not black enough, you'll never understand what we've been through, you're not one of us, you know. So how do you think that mixed race person feels then? That's actually something that I stopped to think about when I got with a white person, believe it or not. It's a shame because it's people like you and your rhetoric that perpetuate that sort of toxic nonsense that causes nothing but division, and I just don't understand it. I just simply don't understand where it comes from. Anyway, that's all I want to say today. I can't really think of much else to say. Oh, there were two other comments as well. Super Saturn and Keith Essien said similar things. Black people have more important conversations to have than this one. And Keith said, as a black man, these conversations are stupid. We need to have more important conversations. Okay, so I do have a little bit of advice for comments like that. Why don't you go on Google, just do a quick search. Search for Argos or Asda or Walmart, whatever you've got in your side of the world. Find out where it is, pop over, buy yourself a camera. It doesn't have to be expensive, just one that's got a nice, sharp, good quality image. Take it home, find somewhere nice and quiet, and then you can populate your own YouTube channels with all the content, conversation that you find interesting and important to you. We have these conversations on this channel based on just what we find interesting or things that we know about, so we can speak about it. Just because we don't speak about world politics all the time, or we don't speak about things that everybody else finds interesting, it doesn't mean that it's less interesting to us. Just go to somewhere else, find another channel, you know, chill out, whatever.
Just like try to find a channel that speaks about everything. Like that's just ridiculous. Not to have one or two topics, but to literally speak about everything.
Yeah, well, there you have it. Anyway, until next time.
Bye.